Guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys our homeschool update for week 26. First, I wanted to share with you guys some positive things. We've had some lows and highs in our homeschool weeks, the past 4 weeks, and so I wanted to share with you guys something positive. I wanted to let you guys know that we have a very cool homeschool co-op, and I haven't discussed or talked about it in my homeschool updates in a while since the beginning. So I just wanted to share with you guys what's been going on, how I've been liking it. I still like them. They're great people. I'm so glad my friend told me about them. Went to an orchestra field trip where we got to sit in on a symphony and watch the conductor do rehearsals with the symphony. It was super cool. We also got to talk to some of the ladies that played the trombone and the tuba and the trumpet and the violin in that symphony. So it was really, really special. They showed the kids the instruments. They got to play the instruments. All of the kids had turns like several times. It was wonderful. It was just a really cool experience for my kids to touch and to feel and to really get a love for the actual instruments. It was really, really fun, and I enjoyed it, and my husband went with me because it was on the weekend, so it worked out great. Another thing that I enjoyed this month with our co-op was the classes that the leader taught, which she wanted to teach for the month of January, which was business. It worked out wonderfully. The kids from 6 to 12 years of age had to get together as a group and create a business. So all the boys created a business, of course, and all the girls created their own business, and the girls did services and the boys sold things. And it was just great to compare the two businesses, see who made more of a profit. They just had such a passion together to work as a team, and they probably had disagreements and stuff like that. So it was nice for them to be able to discuss things and brainstorm things, and I really wasn't involved that much, which was good. So my daughter was able to just hash things out with her friends, figure out the name of the business, what they wanted to do, what they wanted to charge. They all had to bring stuff. It was an excellent thing. They had a salon and nail service, so they did our nails, they did makeup, and they brushed hair, and they did braids, and it was really, really fun. And so another thing that they got to do after their group businesses, the kids were able to do their individual business. So my daughter was really gung-ho on lip balm, and she wanted to sell a lip balm, and she was talking about it for weeks on end, and she's so excited. She's telling everybody, and it was so cute because she has such a passion for it. I just thought it was great that she had a drive for it, and it taught her how to brainstorm and think of her own name for her business. She set up a sign. I helped her with the beeswax and the coconut oil lip balm, and my son helped out too. So it was like a group effort, and we really had fun. We had a Valentine's Day exchange little party in the rain. We were like, it was just pouring rain. And where we live in Florida, when it rains, it rains. So we were under a pavilion, and the kids just made the best of it. They put a blanket out, and they went around in circles and exchanged all their Valentine's cards. And my kids love that. They worked so hard on their Valentine's Day cards. We made homemade ones for like 2 hours, an hour one night of them cutting out the hearts, and then the next day they were writing their names on it and to who it's for and making pictures for them, for their friends. And it was so interesting just to see their love language, to see how they cared about other kids and what they liked, and they were thoughtful, and they drew pictures. So it was really, really cool to see my kids do that and enjoy that. I share with you guys in my other videos, week 22, a lot of the things that I was implementing and putting into our homeschool for our mid-year. And so we made a couple changes, and we added a new curriculum for our math, which is BJU math. And so far so good. We're enjoying the BJU math. My daughter kind of went full force at the very beginning of it and worked through a lot of chapters. We are on chapter 4 right now, and I think she is slowing down a little bit, losing a little bit of steam. She just got excited about the curriculum, and I think it was easy for her because it was kindergarten work review, and that's what usually happens when you start a math book. And I think that she tried to do so much, and she put a little bit of pressure on her that she kind of got burnt out along the way. So that's been one thing that I noticed about her. She's kind of like me, like she goes all in and she does it, and she tries to, you know, do a really good job and tries to do so much, and then eventually she like stresses out. It was like around week 25 where she kind of was like done with doing the math worksheets. So maybe I'll start doing a little bit more fun things. I was telling her maybe we could do games. So I think I lost sight of the fun in math, and I got carried away with the new curriculum and the new BJU workbook. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just like talking to you guys right now. I'm like answering my own questions in my head, but I think I'm going to just do a lot more games. Our clock game we have, we could just work on a lot of manipulatives. We could do chutes and ladders. We could do games that like involve counting and adding. But they have a grocery store, and I was thinking the other day, why not use it for like money and counting and giving me back change and stuff like that. So I'm going to start doing that. And maybe lessen the worksheets, and then when she gets back into the groove of things, she does enjoy worksheets. I will have her start doing that. So I just answer my own question, and it's really nice talking to you guys about this. Okay, so BJU math, that's what's been going on. As far as the good and the beautiful, we are on lesson 37. We are learning about past tense and future tense. She has learned about base words and adding the ing and adding ed. So we have still, we haven't gone too far in the good and the beautiful. We try to do at least 3 to 4 times a week language arts, because I think language arts is the most important thing right now in math. And so that I try to stick to. One week, the same week that she gave me some issues or trouble with the BJU math, she kind of didn't want to do it so much, and I didn't want to do it either. I was kind of like, eh. And we went to the library, and she got this really good book that I found for her called The Owl Diaries. And there's about 9 books in the series. And so she's on the 7th book. And that one week that we didn't do language arts, we like worked on maybe her spelling and sight words. She just read and read and read and read. And I'm not going to stop my first grader that's going to read to do a lesson in the good and beautiful if she's already, learning on her own. She's learning lots of new words. I'm noticing some of the words she might not be able to pronounce, so she asked me for help when she gets to that point. So it's been a really, really good thing that my daughter is wanting to read. That's like the main reason why I want to homeschool, because I want my daughter to really enjoy learning. And the same thing with my son. So that's what we did. We kind of took a little break on the good and the beautiful one week, and we went really, really light on BJU math. As far as our rotation subjects, which is history, geography, Spanish, and art, and sometimes health. With Spanish, we're doing okay. We're on track of what I want to do. I keep it simple. Once a week we do some Spanish. I incorporate some conversational Spanish. I want them to know, hello, how are you doing? Good night, good morning, buenas noches, buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? And just the very, very basic conversational Spanish, and they're going to learn their colors, the months of the year, and the days. I probably work on their Spanish for like 10 minutes. That's only once a week. And I know, guys, it's not a lot. And my husband is Spanish, and he speaks fluent Spanish, but right now we are not teaching them at the home. And my goal this year is to have fun with it. I'm sticking to that. I don't really have any high expectations. I still do the flashcards, but it's working out great. As far as the art appreciation goes, this month we are still incorporating some of the Baby Einstein art workbook for my preschooler and my first grader. We still love it. We have probably 10 pictures in there that we study all the time. There's questions, little flip pages that we can do. It's very guided. My daughter also does art appreciation in the Good and the Beautiful book, so we look at pictures. Sometimes my son looks at it with us, and we just look at the pictures. We just study it. We look at what's inside of the picture, and we talk about it. And so it's very, very brief. It's like a 5-10 minute art appreciation lesson that we do, and that's about once a week or so. I shared in a unit study video last week how I plan it all, and I wanted to let you guys know that I finally made a chalk wall for our unit study this time. I share with you guys all the material that I use, all the books that we are going to be reading, and how I plan it out, but I never showed you what I created because I haven't done it yet. I was kind of like a little intimidated because it was just a big task to make a volcano or earth layers, and that's what I chose to do. So I was looking at books to kind of like be able to like draw from, and I found the Julia Rothman one that I have, the Nature Anatomy, which is absolutely beautiful, by the way. And so they have a lot of landforms and bodies of water pictures that I want to use with my kids to do like pastels and stuff with. But I was like, why don't I just use it on the chalk wall? So as I was doing the unit study video and sharing with you guys, it kind of got inspired. And so I think a couple days after I did the video, I was like, all right, let me just try it. I have to get my ladder out because I have to get up on top of the wall to write it on there so that my kids don't ruin it. And I did a volcano diagram, and then I did an earth layer. So I will link in here. You'll see the picture. I tried my best. It came out pretty good. I'm not like the greatest artist in the world, but I tried, and my kids loved it, and my kids loved it so much that my son wanted to do something, so he looked in the Julia Rothman book as well, and he saw the rock cycle, and he was making little rocks, and like we made little arrows, and we labeled them, so it's just fun to see that when I get excited about something, and I draw something, that he wants to do something like mommy, and it was really precious to see that he wanted to make a chalk drawing too. So see, it's just fun. When you are excited as a homeschool mom, teaching your kids, they get excited too. My inspiration, guys, is Hannah from Pepper and Pine. She's so sweet, and she has been my inspiration for, 4 years now? I've been watching her on YouTube, and I will link her channel up above and down below so you can check her out, because she is my chalk drawing inspiration. And so I tagged her on Instagram to show her the work that I did, and I hope I made her proud. Like, I tried my best. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I do put out some of the stuff that we've been working on. I put some projects that we've been doing. I kind of show my morning homeschool table, the mess that it is, and what we're learning, just to kind of, give some inspiration and just kind of document our days. So if you're not following me, my Instagram account is Mama Schmooze Reviews, and I will link it down below so you can click on it and follow me. I would love to follow you guys as well. I love following homeschool moms on Instagram to get some ideas and some encouragement. I just shared a video in one of my last videos last week of how I plan our unit studies. I do it very literature-based, where we just enjoy hanging out with each other, reading books. If we have questions about things that we're studying, then we go on YouTube, we watch videos so visually they could understand it. I try to have the topic coincide with what we're learning in the Indescribable. I also have a few home library books, which is Magic School Bus, which we talk about the volcanoes and the earth layers. And then I also have been incorporating the beginning geography book that we just started using. We were using the other maps and geography books, the thicker one for 3rd to 6th graders that we've been using for just maps and floor plans, but this one is a lot easier for my preschooler and my 1st grader to understand. It's a great outline on here and lots of activities in the worksheets that we've been incorporating, and I'm really enjoying it because it's really simple. They love it. They get to color it. They get to label things, use diagrams. It's simple that my daughter and my son can do together while I'm having a cup of coffee. I can watch them and just tell them what they need to do, and they love their geography workbooks. Like any geography workbooks, whether it's maps or floor plans or diagrams, they have really been enjoying. And the one that we did not too long ago was a cut and paste to differentiate what an island is and what a volcano is, and they were learning parts of mountains, which is they're learning to label the peak and the slopes and the base of the mountain. And then we went online and looked at mountains, and we've been looking at caves, and we've been talking about a lot of really, really fun and interesting things, and our unit study is going really well. Like I've said in lots of my videos, a lot of our unit study is based off of books, so we do a lot of our unit study in the morning time in our morning baskets. So that's how I do it. I don't spend lots and lots of time on it, but I do read lots of books from the library and from my home library to them. And like I said, I watch videos, documentaries, and any fun little projects that I can do that are not too complicated, I will try to do, because I'm not a science experiment nerd at all. I want to be, but I'm not. So that's why our unit studies are really, really centered around books, because that is my passion, which is books. And so if I have the passion and I have that fire, I think my kids notice that, and then they get excited. If I was having them do science experiments, I'm really not good at it. I would probably stress out and they wouldn't be enjoying science. So that's kind of like what we've been doing for our Earth unit study in our morning basket. They still are doing in their morning time, Explode the Code. My daughter still does this. She's almost done with this book too. My son is doing Get Set for the Code. Last month I showed you Get Ready for the Code. I think Get Ready for Code. This is Get Set for the Code, and then there is Go for the Code, C. So he is like a quarter past this. He's been doing it really fast. He enjoys the one-on-one time with me, and I think since my daughter and I do The Good and the Beautiful together, and we cuddle together, and we have that time together, he wanted something special for him, and I'm noticing that this is showing me when he does the worksheets that he knows phonics a little bit more than I thought. So I have tried to do the 20 easy reading lessons with him that I did with my daughter when she was 3. He's 4 years old. He wasn't ready for it, but now since he's like 4.5, I think he's like at that point of wanting to learn how to read. I'm not going to be hardcore and do it every single day with him, but if he wants to do it, I'm going to ask, and then maybe we'll do it like a couple times a week and see how it goes. If it's a fail, I'm just going to put it to the side and we'll proceed with it later in the future. But if it's something he's enjoying, like I said, he enjoys doing this with me. So if it's something he's enjoying doing with me and he's learning how to read, then that would be really wonderful as well. So we'll see how it goes. I'll give you guys an update on it. We're really enjoying our read out loud during our lunchtime. We're reading On the Banks of Plum Creek. We finished The Farmer Boy last month, so that was a really good read. My daughter was really not wanting to read The Farmer Boy because it was about a boy, and she loved Laura from The Little House in the Big Woods and Little House on the Prairie. So we kind of read things out of order. So now we're reading this, and she's enjoying it a lot. I tend to listen to this on audio with them when we eat lunch, and it works out great for our family. I love audiobooks. Thank God for audiobooks. It gives me a little break, and then I get to relax with them, and then I get to get entertained because I enjoy listening to this series as well. So mommy gets a little bit of entertainment, and the kids do, and then we get to discuss it sometimes. Sometimes when my husband gets home from work, I have them tell him about what's been going on in the books, so it's kind of like reinforcing what they've learned and what they've comprehended when they're listening to the book. But sometimes I'll pull it out and I'll read it to them once a week so that they can hear me reading it, and I like to make things a little exciting with my little voice and the little things that I do that make it fun. So once we are finished with that, or maybe I will pause on the banks of Plum Creek, I wanted to read Paddle to the Sea. So I'm going to read Paddle to Sea. It is talking about the Great Lakes of Michigan, and that is a part of the Bodies of Water for a unit study. So we'll probably not do it next week because we're going to be doing the rocks and fossils, and I want to do the little excavating kits and talk more about that. So we'll probably do it in 2 weeks. We'll talk about lakes and bodies of water and all of that fun stuff. So that will maybe be the last week that we're doing the unit study. I don't know. I think we'll be doing the unit study for another 2 to 4 weeks. We'll see how it goes. And that is about it for my homeschool update. If you guys have stuck around, thank you so much. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.